Welcome back to CMswag Update. I'm Brody Schindorf.
I'm Emily Taylor, and I'm Haley Helmick.
And this is yet another beautiful face of the new crew coming in. We are slowly introducing you guys to them, and we are slowly introducing them to you. So everyone say hi. Let's make her feel comfortable. This Monday we had a snow day over the weekend, so I hope some of you seniors enjoyed your 5-day weekend. If you skipped school on Friday and didn't come Monday, you had it in the bag.
And you better talk to Brenda to get excused.
Because she'll be on your butt about that, so have your parents call in for whatever reason you weren't there. Get it excused. Now, we've only had, 2 or 3 snow days now so far?
Well, they're racking up now, right?
That's nowhere close to last year's 19, but we're slowly getting there. And the big question is, how do we get a snow day? Do you guys have any tricks to get a snow day?
Whenever I stay up late, we end up having snow. So.
Because I heard once, you put a spoon under your pillow, or flush ice cubes down the toilet.
Or do a snow dance.
Do a snow? Oh,
yeah.
What? Now, what would a snow dance look like?
I don't know. You gotta show us.
Well, you said snow dance.
You brought it up. Well, when I think of a snow dance, I just think of snow, 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 snow. Okay.
So you can flush ice cubes, you can do a snow dance, or you can stay up really late. Those might work, they might not work. But if you want a surefire way to know how snow days occur, stay tuned because this is how it's done.
So I think they're snow days because superintendents have this secret network where they place bets for each other to see what days they get off for school.
I think snow days are decided by toddlers in Canada playing Duck, Duck, Goose.
Usually from the sky there comes down some snow. Sometimes when the snow comes down it kind of combines with some other snow, making somewhat like super snow, just sticks to the ground. And then you can't move through super snow. It's just doesn't work like that.
I'm pretty sure snow days happen when Sarah Palin sneezes up in Alaska and it sends all the polar winds our ways. So keep on sneezing. PARAH.
Right now I'm hobbling down to Mrs. Einhardt's office to talk about snow days.
So I actually take my direction from the transportation director, Val, and what she is doing is out in the evening if we know ahead of time that the weather's looking shady, or she heads out early first thing in the morning to check roads. We also look at the temperature. It plays a factor. You don't want kids out waiting for buses, or if for some reason the bus were to break down, to be out in very cold temperatures. So the ISD has set the temperature. Anything that is colder than 120, we don't have the kids out in these conditions. So all of those factors are put together, and then Val, transportation director, calls me in the morning, or like I said, in the evening if necessary, and we discuss what other schools are doing, what the conditions are, what the forecast is, and together we make that call.
My responsibility is going to make sure the roads are safe for our kids and drivers, staff, to get to school. I go out around 4 o'clock, sometimes 3:45, to start checking roads. I have certain roads that I do check. There's hills, open areas. I call the road commission to find out their aspect on it and what roads they've actually hit. I also call the transportation directors around the district to figure out where they're at, what their roads are looking like. Along with the National Weather Service, I call them to see what their prediction is. If it's going to be, the visibility is going to be low, or if it's going to be high, the inches that we're expecting to have. And then I go out and check roads, and then my final decision, I call the superintendent, and Ms. Meinhardt, I give her my recommendation, and she tells me yay, nay, and we kind of go from there.
The snow days in Montcalm County. I'm Mark Christensen, Superintendent Manager of the Road Commission for Montcalm County. My job entails Director of Maintenance for all snow removal in Montcalm County and operation of the Road Commission. What happens at the Road Commission on a snowy morning? Our trucks are usually out by 4 a.m. And on the road somewhere in the county. Somewhere between 4 and 5 a.m., we communicate with one transportation director in the county and pass on road conditions to that individual. Sometimes it's Central Montcalm, and sometimes it would be the Greenville, and then they share that information between all school districts in the county. The road commission never makes the call to cancel school, but we'll give them the best input and road conditions that we have at the time. We have an individual that is on duty from 10 at night till 6 in the morning on the road somewhere in the county through the winter, 7 days a week. So we have a pretty good idea of road conditions, and we pass that information on to the school districts in the county. So we're kind of one piece of the pie when it comes to the decision of canceling school or not. Not our responsibility to make that call, but we give them the very best information that we can.
February 14th, Valentine's Day. That was a great event in the middle school cafeteria. What is that, Haley? Snowball.
Another fun word with snow in it. We had snow days for our last feature. This new feature is going to be snowball.
Woo.
And you ladies, are you excited to get your hair done and
Oh, I love it.
get pictures taken? And
I love going out to eat. My favorite part.
you like the food?
Yeah.
You know, like that's
I like getting my hair done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the hair. What? That's right. You guys are at your appointments for 3 hours, and most of the time you guys start your appointments when your date is getting out of bed.
Oh.
The guys have it pretty easy. You know, the girls have to go and do hour-long appointments for nails and hairs. Guys, we got one job, and that's we have to get a date. And to get a date, you kind of have to ask her. You can't text her. You can't send her a message over Facebook because that's extremely lame.
Don't
So,
Snapchat it either,
don't
because it goes away.
Because Snapchat's a new relative way to ask someone to dance, I guess. So don't do that in Haley's words. But it's time to grow up a little bit. Ask your significant other, your crush, or your lady friend to the dance. If you need some tips and pointers, our boy Mason Grossbauer and Mitchell Nichols have tips. So you need to tune in, get a date, go to the dance.
Have fun.
Be safe, make smart choices.
Hello, I'm Mitchell Nichols, and I'm here to teach you how to ask a girl to snowball. Tip number 1, make sure your style is on point. You're going to want to look good for that special moment. Tip number 2, make sure you eat some gum, because if your breath stinks, they won't even let you get within 200 yards of them. It'll be like a barrier of stink, a restraining order of smell. Tip number 3, make sure that you ask her in person. Doing it over text will just take the romance right out of it. Tip number 4, do not, I repeat, do not ask her around her friends. That'll just add way more pressure. This is just supposed to be in between you and her. The final piece of advice I'm going to give to you today is spice things up a bit. Maybe get her some flowers. Girls love flowers. Or even chocolate. Everyone likes chocolate. If she doesn't like chocolate, you get the chocolate. Can't lose there. I hope our tips and tricks were useful for you. Now go out and find yourself a date.
Thank you for tuning in to yet another great edition and episode of your CMswag update. I'm British Shindor.
I'm Emily Taylor. And I'm Hannah Holbeck.
Hope you enjoyed your long weekend with your snow day. I hope you get another snow day this coming Monday. I hope you're all safe this weekend. Enjoy yourself. Get around for snowball. Guys, ask your significant other to the dance. Get ready to take your test next week. That's all we got. So, without further ado, don't forget to swag on.
Wait! There's another feature that we forgot. It's not an ACT. Everyone 21. Here it is.
March the 3rd is a big day for Central Montcalm High School, especially for our juniors, because that's the day of the annual ACT test for juniors. And so we are excited about that opportunity for our juniors to show what they have in relationship to testing. Our goal is everyone 21. What that means is, on average, We'd like all of our juniors to score on an average of 21. Now that obviously is too low for some, but it might be a stretch for some. So together, we want everyone to 21.
My biggest tip, test-taking tip for the ACT is to get a good night's rest.
I would eat a good breakfast heavy in protein.
While taking the ACT, it's best to dress for success.
My biggest piece of advice would be to pay attention in the seminars and just totally prepare yourself, because you're going to not regret it once you get to the big stage.
My biggest piece of advice for the mathematics portion of the ACT is to not go in order. You are going to have to force yourself to skip around a little bit. If you see a problem and you don't think you know how to do it, you just have to skip it and come back to it at the end when you have time.
Words of advice for the ACT. Most people say when in doubt, see it out. But see, they caught on to that. So now, when in doubt, be in doubt.
Make sure you pace yourself and you don't spend too much time on one question.
My advice for the ACT English portion is to use the test strategies. Use the process of elimination, getting rid of answers that you know are wrong. Use the KISS strategy, keep it simple, and also to just take your time, check your answer, and that's it.
So my advice for ACT is to prepare as much as you possibly can and to give your best effort. The score is going to mean a lot to you if you want to go on to higher education or when you're seeking jobs. The score is going to be critical, and you want it to represent you and the best that you have. So prepare, and give your best.
Remember the goal, everyone, 21.